This is the Stick and Hack Show. Conversation, discussion, debate, and golf talk from a stick, Mike Ryan, and the hack, Adam Grubb. Boys, you are up.
All right, welcome in. Episode number 9 of the Stick and Hack Show. I'm your host, Adam Grubb, the hack. That's Mike Ryan right there, the stick. Mike, how are you?
I am just wonderful.
I'll tell you what, you had a huge week. Yep, you are great. You had a huge weekend. You were at a college football game. You played golf today. Now you're doing the show. It's just living the life of luxury, really, right?
Yeah.
You were in the suites at Notre Dame.
I was. It was amazing.
You know what they call that, don't you? The life of a stick.
Ah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Apparently. I did whatever the opposite of your weekend was. That's what I did. But I'm glad you had a good time. This is the most sophisticated golf show in the free world, and it's Fitness Day here at the Stick and Hack Show. Our guest this week is Thomas Malchow. He is a golf fitness specialist, a corrective exercise specialist, and nutritionist, and he is helping you feel better to play better. Trainfully.com is his website. He's going to be with us here in just a little bit, and he's a Canadian. So he's already smarter than us and already better than us.
Absolutely.
Right? He's going to be on, I'm sure he'll love that. Just keep doing that for the entire interview. That'll be great. That won't bother him at all.
No.
But yeah, he's from British Columbia, and he is all about the fitness of golf, which I think, honestly, in most circles is not looked at as important. But if you want to play this sport, you want to play golf late into your 70s and 80s, as most do, you have to at least be physically fit in some way. And you'll probably be, or you wouldn't be surprised, but I was surprised because in the pre-interview with him, how much of the body is really physically affected in the golf swing. It's mind-boggling, all the things that have to happen. Not in my golf swing. But in a real golf swing.
Yeah, in yours, there's a couple things. Maybe.
It's just here.
Yeah.
I just go up and then down.
Yeah.
Right.
Arms.
Right. I'm all arms.
That's about it.
No, but for most, you have to be physically fit in some capacity.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's going to be on with us here in a little bit. We're going to learn more about that. A few housekeeping items to get to. Congratulations to Mark Strawn, who is our winner for the October membership drive. My God, Mark, just unbelievable. Killed it.
It wasn't even close.
And he won a TaylorMade Spider X putter for his efforts of getting people signed up for the greatest golf club in the free world without the course. Congratulations to Mark. Top 5. We're by the way, we're almost up to 500 members.
Which
just
is
so you know.
Incredible.
It's incredible and doesn't make any sense, quite frankly, but we're excited about it. Because all they get right now so far has been a free gift.
That's it.
That's literally it. And
maybe a laugh or two.
Yeah, maybe a laugh.
But that's about it.
That's it. A gift and a laugh. That's not bad for signing up.
Yeah.
Top 5, Mark Strawn. Second place was Matt Vaught. Third place was Ryan Stoltz. Fourth place, Peter Dorer. And fifth place was Mike Kalazin. Not gonna work here anymore. What's his name?
Kaluzinski.
Mike Kaluzinski, my man. Congratulations. Top 5 membership drive winners for the month of October for Stick and Hack. All right, first up here, Mike. This was sad news in the world of golf.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I don't know where you sit, but in my opinion, this was sad news. Peter Kostis and Gary Mccord are out at CBS. Davis Love III is in.
Yeah.
So, Peter, for those of you who've watched golf coverage any weekend, Gary McCord and Peter Kostis have been mainstays and staples of CBS golf coverage for years.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about it? They're out.
I'm not happy about it. I think it's probably one of the dumber things I've seen CBS Sports do, ever.
Here's what they said.
I just don't get it.
Here's what they said, that the coverage of golf had gotten stale.
Yeah, but I agree, but they're not. Why?
In fact, they're the opposite.
They're the opposite.
You know what the cool thing about Peter Kostis and Gary McCord are? I think they are the stick and hack of CBS golf coverage.
For sure.
So Peter Kostis, he was the one that did the Konica Minolta swing
he does
swing biz, right?
He does
swing vision,
swing analysis, does all of these great.
And he was unbelievable. He was, and he did it in a way that hacks could even understand something. They could learn something from his analysis of the swing.
Yeah.
Gary McCord was the hack that was out there that was just that would not he would not edit himself at all.
No, and he was comic relief, and it was fantastic.
And he was enjoyable to listen to.
Absolutely enjoyable.
And he made golf fun to listen to.
He's
correct.
Absolute personality, and
correct.
Is and will remain one of my favorite characters in golf.
So what happens after you get? I mean, will he go to NBC and Golf Channel?
I would think he'll get picked up by somebody. I would be shocked. If
he's only what, mid-60s, somewhere around there.
I read an article and I'm trying to remember what he said his age. I think he might be in his 70s now, but I can't remember that for sure.
But he has a youthful spirit and he has the hack attitude. He was a Division II athlete. He wasn't incredible. He never really did anything, if at all, on the PGA Tour. But yet he goes out there and he's like, hey, here's what I'm seeing. He's been around the game for 40 years.
Yeah, he was mildly successful on tour. But it was, for him, it was just the personality, the way he interacts with people, obviously the famous mustache.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the tombstone mustache.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic.
Could you do that? You should do that.
I should not do that.
I disagree. You absolutely should do that. I think those around you would applaud you for your efforts on that.
My wife would not be happy with that.
No, who cares? That's fine. All right. What are some ways that golf can be exciting to watch? So we talked about how that there are personalities in the game and that CBS. So Peter, what's his name? Sean McManus, the chairman of CBS Sports, announced that Love was going to join the network.
Yeah.
And that they were stale in their coverage, and that the two-time Ryder captain and PGA champion Davis Love III is the perfect fit for CBS. Now that to me sounds like those other guys weren't. And when you hear the word stale, and Gary said, I've never been called stale in my life. The fact of the matter is I was fired. Where do we go from here? How's it exciting to watch?
I just don't understand it because, well, I love Davis Love III as a golfer. I don't know what he's going to be like on the television broadcast.
Exactly how his golf game is.
I know for sure he's not going to be Gary Mccord.
No.
So I guess they want a less entertaining brand of commentating, I guess. I don't know. I just don't see Davis Love III like.
I don't see him doing much of all.
He's literally probably the straightest laced dude I've ever seen.
What sucks for me is that if trying to bring people into the game, right? Trying to bring people to golf and then to take away your personalities of the game and say that, hey, we're going to bring somebody in who is dull in his game. I mean, Davis Love III wasn't exactly the most theatrical player in history. Yeah. That we're actually regressing from what we are trying to achieve, which is bringing more people into the game, younger people, and have these personalities be that, not just announcers of golf. Because let's be honest, it's not exactly the most exciting sport to watch unless there's some 17th, 18th hole drama and you love golf.
Right.
Those guys brought that personality. So I think it's a bad decision.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I'll be interested to see what it's like once they get Davis on there. I just wish, in the way I read the article, I just really do wish they would have given Mccord and Kostis a chance to kind of like have their one last rodeo.
Yeah.
And they both said that they just would have liked to have been able to like say goodbye to a lot of the people they've worked with, sponsors they've worked with, you know, at a lot of the venues.
Maybe they'll get to do that at the U.S. Open with Fox and Joe Buck.
I would be interested to see. I feel like Gary Mccord and Joe Buck would be an interesting.
I can't even imagine. It's almost like this.
Combo.
It's almost like this.
Yeah, I feel like Mccord would definitely give Joe Buck a little bit of shit.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. All right, so how do we make golf coverage better, and what makes great golf coverage for sticks and hacks? Because when we're watching the game, you're watching it differently than I am, and you're watching the coverage. Yeah. What in your opinion makes great golf coverage on TV?
That's the thing, and that's what I just don't understand about this is like with guys like Mccord and Kostis, like I felt like they kept a lighter side of things. I think like if you're all serious all the time and it's like just Jim Nantz and now Davis Love III.
Hello, friends.
Yeah. Right.
That's it.
And I mean, they've got Faldo. Faldo, I think.
I like Faldo.
I like Faldo.
I enjoy
a lot.
watching him.
I think he's got personality. He brings a little levity to things, but I feel like taking.
You like Dan Hicks?
Dan Hicks is okay. Yeah. I don't mind him.
Right.
Honestly, Nance,
I'm about done with that.
he's okay.
I'm about done with that. That's a big take here on the Stick and Hack Show, which I'm sure will have ripple effects through the golf community because of our importance. But I'm good with him for the Masters.
Yeah.
And now let's just go. It's kind of like Joe Buck on the playoffs.
I feel like
in the
Nance
MLB.
takes himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Like at all times.
I agree. All right, so I guess we can't. Let's get Gus Johnson in there. Let's get Gus Johnson in the golf coverage, right? In Lexington.
Yeah, but I feel it'll be a lot of
Johnson.
Disappointment for him.
Because there's nothing.
He missed it. Oh.
Missed it. What about John Sterling? You know who John Sterling is? That idiot with the Yankees. He's the radio announcer. He's been there for 187 years.
So okay.
Well,
yeah,
he's the worst, and he's the one that comes
you.
up with the rhyming home run calls.
Oh God.
So when Bernie Williams used to play for the Yankees, he would say, Bernie goes boom.
Yeah.
Mark Teixeira, he'd say, Mark Teixeira sends a text message to right field. It's literally the worst cringing announcing in the world. Worse than this.
Okay.
John Sterling.
You know how many Yankee fans we're going to hear from now?
Good. Bring him on. John Sterling sucks.
It's going to be.
That's where I stand with this.
Oh, there goes our Twitter.
I didn't say the Yankees sucked.
Well, that's
I
true.
said that John Sterling, their radio announcer.
I'm sure there's plenty of them. Do you know how many New Yorkers will be all over you on Twitter now?
17.
That's true, because no one knows who we are.
I would say if there more people in this room are annoyed than I'll hear from for Twitter.
True.
All right, let's move on to Thomas Malchow, golf fitness specialist coming to us from Canada. Thomas, welcome in to the Stick and Hack Show. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, we appreciate you taking some time. And let's just first off, I just want to kind of showcase your vista there. That is not a green screen, correct? That is not. That is actually where you live.
This is where I live. Yeah, it's beautiful. Right. Absolutely stunning. We're lucky that it's not raining today. It quite often rains here, so we lucked out with the weather.
All right, so tell the listeners where you are that are listening to this.
I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, so about 2 hours north of Seattle.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So you are coming to us from another country. And honest to God, that's the most exciting thing that we've ever had happen here on the program.
Yeah.
It's true.
We're international now.
Yeah, we are indeed.
Absolutely.
We are indeed. All right. So you graduated in 1999 with a Bachelor of Science in kinesiology. And you also specialize in movement specialty, corrective exercise, and golf fitness. That's quite a bio for that I've never heard that those things all combine. So how did you get into this? Is this a real job? Tell me, Thomas, what is it that you do?
Well, my approach is certainly a lot different than most other people. I looked at optimizing posture and improving the efficiency of human movement to improve performance. So whether that performance is on the golf course or, I've worked a lot with various professional athletes and Olympic athletes, as well as house moms, right? Whatever it is you need to perform better at, you need your body to do, that's what I'm here for.
All right. So when you went into school and you started studying, I can assume biology and science and that type of curriculum excited you, but then you also had this athletic side of you. Is that your history? Have you worked with athletes for most of your career? Where'd that come from?
Yeah. So, fitness, first of all, was a huge passion of mine growing up. I was an odd kid, probably. I was going for jogs around the neighborhood when I was 5 years old. Started a fairly sophisticated workout routine when I was probably 9 or 10. So this has always been part of my life. After graduating from Simon Fraser University, I went on to work primarily in the rehab field, dealing with people who'd been in car accidents, quite serious injuries. And from there, transitioned into athletes. And I took the approach that I used with severely injured people and applied it to the athletes and found that it worked really well. And that led me to some really cool opportunities with professional Olympic athletes. And now I've transitioned to golf. Being a bit of a biomechanics and functional anatomy nerd, golf is perfect for what I like to do.
Well, it's impressive, your resume, but more importantly and more impressive is the fact that you switched from Olympic athletes to golf. which I don't know if you've looked it up lately, but there's not a lot of truly Olympic-style athletes that are in the game of golf. If you look across the North America and the Western Hemisphere, it is not a sport that's known for athleticism, right? So a lot of golfers are probably rolling their eyes right now. Why do we have a golf fitness specialist on the Stick and Hack Show? Well, first of all, it's a Stick and Hack Show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
That's absolutely true.
Two is that it is more important than you think. Tell me why it is fitness in golf is important.
Well, for me, I think the reason we golf is because it's fun, right? And it's most fun when we play well, when we hit the ball far, when we sink the putts. And if we want that to be normal rather than the exception, then we have to prepare. And how we prepare depends on what our abilities are, right? And so if we improve the efficiency of our human movement, we increase our capacity, that will allow us to practice more. It will also increase our golf athleticism, allowing us to hit the ball farther and more accurately. So it's extremely important, especially if you want to avoid injuries.
Yeah. And when have you seen like this? I think like recently golf fitness has become a thing. I felt like it's in the past, it was never, golf fitness was not really talked about a whole lot. But I feel like recently in the last few years is when we really started to see it catch on. Like when were you seeing that golf fitness was starting to become a big thing?
Probably with Tiger.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time that I noticed a golfer starting to really get into the gym and try to pull every little bit of athleticism out of their body. I think, and he's not here to defend himself, but I think that...
Yeah, where the hell are you going with that, Mike? Why isn't Tiger here?
Yeah.
Next week.
Some of the injuries that he's had to deal with in his career probably were a result of the way that he was preparing. And I still see that a lot in the industry or in golf. And so that's one of the reasons my team and I have sort of come on the scene and trying to help people out, because the injuries in golf are getting quite catastrophic and they're affecting a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now you have a website called trainfully.com. You have a very impressive Instagram following and Instagram content. You are 100% about the fitness of one's body for the sport of golf, but also it goes into tennis and other athletic activities, I'm sure. But your job is to showcase, here's how you prepare your body in 5 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. You're not doing things that are bench pressing 400 pounds and training with the Navy SEALs and all this stuff. This is just basic stuff that somebody can do to help their body, correct?
That is correct. So when I look at, say, well, we're talking about golf and that's what we do. So if we want to get better at golf, we have to prepare correctly. Right. And so if we prepare incorrectly, that can be just as harmful. And in some cases, and in most cases, actually more harmful than not preparing at all. Right. And so if we want to prepare to play well, if we want to hit the ball far and accurately, there's two main areas we need to put our attention. One is, like I said before, we need to play and practice more. And if we're going to play and practice a lot, that means we're going to have the capacity to play a lot of golf. And so we're going to have to focus our efforts on increasing our capacity. So that's one thing we need. We need more capacity. Another area is athleticism, improving or enhancing our golf-specific athleticism. Now, if we want to hit the ball far and we want to hit the ball accurately, we have to increase our power, we have to increase our coordination, and we have to increase our endurance. So we have those four things that we need to work on: capacity, power, coordination, and endurance. And we can achieve all of that by making our movements more efficient. If our movements are efficient, they're fast, they're accurate, they don't use up very much energy, and they don't use up a lot of our capacity, right? Now, if we take a step back from that, posture is the foundation from which we move. So if we have bad posture, we're going to have bad movement. So if we want to have good movement or efficient movement, we have to optimize our posture. Now, when I talk about posture, I'm not talking about standing up straight, right? I'm talking about precise arthrokinematics. I'm talking about length-tension relationships. I'm talking about optimal force coupling relationships. I'm talking about enhancing your balance, your coordination, and your speed, right? When I think of posture, I think of Muhammad Ali bouncing around the ring.
When I think of posture, I think of sitting at the dinner table, my mom yelling at me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what most people think about.
But you've taken it to a whole new level, Thomas, and we appreciate it. Thomas Malchow is with us from trainfully.com. He is a golf fitness specialist. And, for me, I'm convinced that I have never fully understood how hard the golf swing is on the body until I started seeing people get hurt. And you start hearing about injuries. And Mike, you hear someone injured in golf, and unless you play golf, you go, are you for real?
Right.
Your wrist hurts.
Yeah, I know.
Just put ice on it, and we'll see you out there, right?
Yeah.
But for you know how hard the golf swing is when you're a good player and you're doing everything right, how hard it is on the body.
Yeah, you're putting a lot of torque on your back, specifically your wrists. And if you don't have good technique, you're just putting added pressure and exposing yourself to injury. So
Thomas, how hard is the golf swing really on the body, and from a scientific perspective?
It uses up a lot of your capacity, and how much capacity it uses up depends on the person, right? And this brings us back to our conversation about how you prepare, right? So there's three main areas that the golf swing is hard on your body, or three main ways. One, you're slamming your joints into end range, and you're doing so at a very high velocity, right? So if you don't have precise arthrokinematics, that is, if your joints don't line up correctly and don't move efficiently, then there's going to be wear and tear as you move through your swing sequence, and you're going to use up a lot of your capacity there, right? Another area that's of concern is the moment of impact. At the moment of impact, there's roughly 200 pounds of shear force going through your L4, L5 vertebrae, right? Now, your body has the architecture to counteract that force, but that architecture depends on you being in good posture at impact. So if you have a sloppy posture, if you have a crunch factor or lateral flexion in your spine at impact, that's, again, using up a lot of your capacity. And the third area is how you prepare. And this brings us back to the conversation about, if you prepare incorrectly, that can be just as harmful or more harmful than not preparing at all. If you spent time in the gym preparing, but instead of building up your capacity by working on your posture and your movement, instead of doing that, you were doing squats and deadlifts and Russian twists and using your capacity, then you have less capacity to deal with factors 1 and 2, right? And so it is harmful. It does use up your capacity, but if you prepare correctly, it's not really an issue you need to worry about.
Thomas just said 3 things I've never heard of in my life: squats, presses, and Russian twists. Is that something you get at Taco? Can I get that at Taco Bell? What the hell are you talking about? Russian twists. All right, go ahead, Mike. Let me just take a minute to kind of prepare myself.
Well, yeah. So one thing, I was thinking about, so Tiger, Rory, Brooks, those guys are all fitness freaks. Apparently, I heard Bryson DeChambeau put on 30 pounds of muscle over the weekend.
He did. He gained 30 pounds in 48 hours.
Who do you think? Who does it the best on tour that you've seen or that you've studied?
Well, the fact that Tiger is competing and winning at this point, dealing with all the injuries that he's dealt with, tells me that he's probably doing a pretty good job getting ready. Although I have heard some things that do concern me about some things he's doing in the gym. The other guys could all probably use a little bit better focus, right? And DeChambeau I find incredibly interesting. I'm sure that he's gaining this weight because he's thinking that if he gets more momentum into his swing, he's going to hit the ball farther, right?
Yeah.
And so he gets more massive, he has more momentum, but that's going to depend on him keeping the velocity up, so he's getting stronger. But this goes back to the conversation about, is what he's doing in the gym to gain weight, is that giving him more capacity to swing a golf club, or is it costing him some capacity, right? And what I suspect is going to happen is he might get some improved athleticism or improved performance in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to cause a decrease in performance, and he's probably going to get injured.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone's concerned about. And as soon as somebody bulks up and gets into the gym, that's what they're saying. And that you're going to get injured. And the only reason people know that now is because of Tiger and because of his injuries over the course of his 20-year career. So let's move away from the PGA for a second and look at those older golfers, right? So and I'm putting us in that category. You know, when you're 40
speak for yourself, Al.
We're the exact same age. I think. I don't know. I have to check your bio. We're pretty damn close. But when you get into a certain spot in your body and you just can't do the things you used to do, right? Like walk 18 holes without feeling like your back is going to explode. Or as you get older, what are some exercises, some things that older golfers, 50s, 60s, can do to make sure that they are playing long into their twilight years?
It comes back to posture again, and like I said, we're not talking about making sure they stand up straight. We're talking about making sure that their joints line up correctly, that they move, the surfaces move against each other efficiently so there's no wear and tear. We're talking about making sure they don't have any muscle imbalances in their body. Muscles have a very specific length and tension that they perform best at, where they have their highest force output, where they have their highest coordination and their fastest reflexes, right? So if your muscles are at optimal length tension relationships, you will be your most mobile and you'll be your most athletic, right? And so by working on your posture, by making sure your movement is pristine, you're not putting any undue wear and tear on your joints, you're becoming more athletic, becoming more efficient, and you can play well into your 70s and 80s without any concern.
And not only can they play, they can beat me. That's the key.
Oh,
there. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. They absolutely
can and have. They're called escape artists for a reason, and it's extremely frustrating. There are golfers that I have played with, though, that are in their 60s and 70s, and I have all the respect in the world and hope that in 20 years, 30 years, I'm the same way. They have such a fluid, easy swing. Their posture is solid, but they're not putting much hurt on the ball, but it's going far enough. They know how to play their game, and they have taken the right steps throughout their career and their life to make sure that they don't have the back problems, they don't have the knee problems, they don't have wrist and elbow problems that the golf swing can do. Have you practiced with people like that before? Have you trained people like that before?
Absolutely. We've had all sorts of people go through the program. We've had people who just had back surgery go through the program. We have professional golfers go through the program. And when you're talking about an efficient swing and how that efficiency translates into more consistent ball striking and distance, I have a funny story about one of the guys who had joined the program, and he was in like week 2, 1.5, 2 weeks in, and he had a tournament that he was playing in. And he called me afterwards, and he was a little shocked at how poorly he played. But the reason he played poorly is because he had gone up a club or two in distance, right? And he wasn't prepared for that, and he couldn't adapt during the tournament. So he played poorly, but was very happy with the fact that he was, hitting the ball, 30 yards over the green. And so when your movement becomes more efficient and it becomes faster, those changes show up really quickly. And like I said, they don't use up your capacity, so you're not becoming injured, and you can play well into your 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, what you talked about how surprised they were. Is that what you see probably that surprises people most is like gain distance, or is there something else like once they get into your program, what is it that they're most surprised by, either through golf or maybe just in their general lives that they see improvement and they really enjoy it?
Yeah, it's the distance is definitely one. There's two main things that people are surprised with. One is the distance. The other thing is we have a lot of people that come in that are dealing with injuries and especially like low back pain. And some of these guys haven't been able to play much for years in some cases. And within a couple weeks are on the golf course and feel that they don't have any limitations. So maybe they were able to golf one day and they would have to take 2 weeks off, and they certainly wouldn't be able to golf 2 days in a row, where now they're able to golf 2 or 3 days in a row. And for them, for that to happen so quickly is something that certainly does surprise people.
Nice.
That's exciting. That's got to give them some excitement too, that they can play again, because playing 36 holes for me back to back is, and if you're in a cart, I mean, who the hell cares? But if you're walking, and I mean, let's be honest here, Thomas. Okay, but if you're walking, and I've done that before, Abandoned Dunes and Sand Valley, and some of these courses that are pretty robust in their length, and you're walking 7 to 8 miles back to back, even at the ripe old age of 40, and looking the way I do, which isn't the worst, Mike. And I can still feel after 2 days my body tightening up. So I can't even imagine what it's like for the older people. You trainfully.com. Tell me a little bit about your program. What do you guys do? How can somebody get involved, and why should they?
Well, this is the most comprehensive training program out there. It's something that we're very proud of. We spent the last 12 months putting it together for everybody. In this program, I'm sharing with everybody the training secrets of Olympic and professional athletes. So we talk about how fitness has become a big part of golf. In my opinion, the fitness industry that's connected with golf has sort of taken a wrong turn. They're really focused on increasing strength. They're pushing people to the point of exhaustion, thinking that if the athlete becomes stronger, that's going to translate to an increase in performance. But as we just talked about, doing that is using up your capacity. The purpose of your workouts should be to build up your capacity so you can play more and you can play without pain, right? So this program is all about improving your posture. Like I said, it's much more sophisticated than standing up straight. We're talking about arthrokinematics, length tension relationships, reflexes. It will empower anybody to improve their game as well as improve their health. And it's something, like I said, that we're very proud of.
All right, so it's trainfully.com. He's Thomas Malchow. Thomas, let me ask you two other questions. Okay, these are the last questions.
Right.
Advil or stretching? What's really most important right before you play golf?
Neither. Activation.
Oh, look
Activation.
at that. That was a real answer I just got.
I like it.
Thomas never gets off script.
That's right.
Activation. Activate. Fire the hips.
Activate the glutes.
Oh, that's
Activation.
right. Activate the glutes. So you have to what do jumping jacks or something on the first tee? Like I need more annoying people doing shit for me on the first tee. I'm good.
Prior to playing golf, you should be targeting your underactive muscles. So underactive muscles, they fire too slow, right? And so when you go through your swing sequence, these muscles, they fire too slow. They disrupt your timing. They disrupt your sequencing, and they cause inconsistent ball striking, and they reduce your distance, right? So you need your warm-up to target those underactive muscles. Again, our program does that. It has a golf-specific warm-up that targets those muscles in all sorts of ways. Isolated activation, stabilization, reactivity, power. By the end of the warm-up, the firing rate of these muscles is through the roof. You've optimized and reinforced optimal recruitment patterns, and you're ready to go first tee.
I wish he knew what he was talking about.
I like it.
I wish Thomas had any idea what he was talking about.
He absolutely does.
All right, so beer. So
I can tell you, just knowing.
I know.
Being on that first tee, I can tell you, he knows.
No, I'm loving it. But this is where you really make your money, okay, Thomas. This is where this guest appearance on the Stick and Hack Show means the most. So at the turn, beer, brat, or dog, which is truly better for your game?
Repeat that again.
At the turn, what's most important? Beer, brat, or dog?
What was the middle one?
Bratwurst. You don't have that in Canada?
Oh,
Holy shit, Thomas. Let's go, baby. My God.
Yeah. I would have to go with beer.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
That's fine. That's
a good answer.
That's a very good answer. All right, trainfully.com is his site. And for golf fitness, honest to God, and follow him at Elastic Golfer on Instagram. Your videos are amazing. You give a lot of free tips and a lot of obviously free help and advice, but trainfully.com is your site for people to go to and be part of your program. Thomas, thanks so much for being on the Stick and Hack Show. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, man. And we'll just wait for the invite to play golf in BC there, okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I will have to wait till next summer, I think, though.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say. All right, dude, I'll talk to you later.
I'm just about to make my igloo.
Absolutely.
All right, enjoy the hibernation. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah. All right, see you in the spring.
Yep, sounds good. All right, there he goes, everybody. He's Thomas Malchow. He is trainfully.com. Smart dude. My God.
Yeah.
He had his stuff
Absolutely.
together. Now I didn't understand any of it, but I can assume it was amazing.
I was thinking that the entire time. I'm like, Adam's sitting there, and he is just
this is why we started Stick and Hack.
Blank stare. He has no idea what this guy is.
Fire and glutes. I got it. I'm in. This is why we started this.
Absolutely.
Right? 100%.
Educate
All right,
people.
So we got a new segment on the show this week. It's going to be called Make Mike Nervous. All right? Make him uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, uncomfortable. Maybe not nervous. You have ice in your veins. Let's just say uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
All right, so this is we're inside the clubhouse now. We're going to play a game called Never Have I Ever. Which,
because nobody's ever. That's an original.
I just made it up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Over the weekend.
Ever heard of that before?
I know. I just made it up. I know that.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, what a great game it would be to play Never Have I Ever, which is. Let me explain. You want me to explain the rules?
I'm familiar.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So for the YouTube people, you'll watch us drink a beer, and for the audio people, I guess we'll just say we did it. Right.
Sure.
What a disaster already.
That works. I mean, we can't. I mean, when you normally play that game, you like raise your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we're drinking.
That's not going to matter here.
All right, here we go.
That's fine.
Never have I ever thrown a club. Yep.
Yeah, I've definitely done that. I think I did that today, probably.
Okay. All right. Never have I ever thrown a club in the water.
I've not done that.
I've not done that either. I've watched people do it. I watched somebody do it, and then my buddy do it right after him just for a giggle.
I saw somebody throw one into a tree today.
Today?
And it stuck.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new 7-iron that's needed.
That was a driver. It was amazing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That is good. That will be a that'll be
it was
a member letter.
Throw of the day, for sure.
That will be a letter, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Never have I ever miscounted your strokes? Yeah, here we go.
I've done that.
Yeah. I do it every single hole. I can't keep that stuff together. That's unbelievable. All right. I never have ever played in a PGA Pro-Am.
I have not.
Oh, I have.
How is that even possible? That's just egregious.
I have. It's a senior. Does that count?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I played in a senior
I haven't
PGA.
played in any of them.
I was at the Tradition, at Jeld-Wen Tradition out in Pumpkin Ridge or whatever the hell it was, out in Oregon.
Okay. Nice.
And I have a huge story for that, but thank you. All right, we'll move on. Played with somebody once. Never have I ever. Played with somebody once and vowed to quit golf before playing with them ever again.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%. Not even a question. Typically with you. All right, never have I ever.
Lies.
Played golf overseas.
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
I have not.
Neither have I.
Yet. That's
we can play in another country when Thomas
that's right.
invites us, whenever the hell that
I've
happens.
played in another country.
Honestly, we've been on the air for 6 minutes after the interview. I've yet to see an email come through. Producer Shane, do we have an email yet? Nope. Oh, he's still on the call? Hey, Thomas, how are you? Hold on a second. Thomas, you still there?
I'm still here.
Ah, shit. All right.
Well, that's fine. He's just listening. It's fine.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not emailing us. He's on the call. All right. We'll get back to you later,
He's
Thomas.
busy.
All right. Never have I ever, what did I say? Been to a major.
I
have.
I've
been to a major.
Yeah, I've been to.
I've been to two.
I've not been to a PGA major. I've been to a senior PGA major.
To the club major.
Senior PGA major.
Oh, that's fine. I took the Pro-Am. I'll give you the senior
I've been
PGA.
to the senior US Open.
Absolutely. All right. Never have I ever won more than $500 on a single round, like in betting or gambling. Have you ever won more than $500 on a single round?
No, I don't think I have.
No, neither have I. You'll notice I put one there because if it was lost, obviously I'm on the floor drunk.
Yeah. No.
All right. Never have I ever lost a match on purpose to play nice with a client.
No.
Yeah, I have. I've done that.
I'm not doing that.
That's a hack way.
I'm not doing that. Sorry.
That's a stick way. Never have I ever played 52 holes in a weekend.
I have absolutely done that.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, well, your life's better than mine. Good for you. Never have I ever lost your clubs in transit.
I haven't had that happen yet.
Neither have I.
Wood.
Neither have I.
I've got some trips coming up, and I'm hoping that doesn't ever happen.
All right, well, I'll call Delta.
Yeah.
Never have I ever blamed shitty greens for your shitty putting.
I've definitely done that.
Absolutely. I blame anything for my shitty putting. Blame you. All right, never have I ever said you had a meeting but played golf instead. Yep. God, we're going to be hammered after this thing. My God. We'll just keep drinking till the show just runs out of tape. Never have I ever got fired because you played golf instead of going to the meeting.
That has not happened.
That's not happened yet.
Yet.
But it might after this show. Thomas, you still there?
I'm still here. Yeah.
He's still here. Jesus, great.
Producer Shane, is there any way you can cut him off?
Cut this guy off.
My God,
What is he?
I don't know what else he wants from us. We've given you plenty of plugs. Okay.
Yeah.
still here.
When you're nice to a Canadian.
See? There it is.
Never have I ever been nice to a Canadian.
Oh.
Oh no. Here we go.
There it is.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to shut this down. This is getting out of control, and I can't see straight. So here we go. Go to stickandhack.com. Read the stories of golf, including Diary of a Hack, The Corner Office, and our new feature, Psych Factor, which is the mental game of golf. And hopefully Thomas will grace us with his presence with some videos and some content from his site as well on Stick and Hack. And since he's on the call, I'll just put him on the spot. Thomas, you in for that?
Absolutely.
Not a baby.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Hey, that's a fun game, isn't it?
Yeah, it was okay. No, I'm into it. I like
Oh,
it.
yeah, you look like it. You're rock solid.
Don't I?
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, go to stickandhack.com. Thanks, Mike, by the way. Great show.
Hey, you too, buddy.
Thanks. Go to stickandhack.com. Read the stories of golf, including Diary of a Hack, The Corner Office, and Psych Factor, our new column on the mental game of golf. Sign up for free membership and get free stuff and become a member of the greatest golf club in the entire world without the course. That is stickandhack.com. My thanks to Thomas Malchow for his time tonight on the show. Mike, have a great week. Enjoy it. And you too, Stick and Hack Nation, become a member today. Do not let us down. You guys have a great week.
Peace out, guys.
The Stick and Hack Show is now over. Subscribe, rate, comment, and tell your friends. You are now free to go about your day.